Well, welcome back. We're about to add a side dish to one of the different meat dishes we've had, or one of the pork dishes coming up. It's summertime, the tomatoes are out there, they're beautiful, and this is a fun thing to do. We're going to make a deep fried stuffed tomato sandwich. Take your tomato, take a paring knife, put your thumb about that close. You take it and you stick it in at an angle, and you put your thumb right in the center like this, and spin it around on your thumb. What you're doing is going to be taking off the stem end. Now make a quick X. This simply helps the skin to peel off later. Make an X on both sides. The riper your tomato is, the quicker the skin will peel off. Drop it in boiling water. It's only going to take about 15 seconds if the tomato is nice and ripe. Very soon, when you take a look at it, you'll see the skin start to split. The skin starts to split. It's saying, take me out, I'm done. Make the X on both sides. Same way. When you got the tomato ready to come out, drop it in a bucket of ice water like this one here. You take a look at this. The skin is starting to split. A little longer than 15 seconds, but it'll work. When you get it so it's really splitting, it simply makes it a lot easier to peel. We'll take this out. You see we're starting to split there. Drop it in the ice water. Ice water just makes it easier for you to handle. Okay, again you see it starting to split. Once it's in the ice water for a couple seconds, pick the tomato up, go back to where the X's were, and so we take it, peel it right off. You want to be able to peel this off because when you go to try to bread the tomato, this breading won't stick to the skin very well, but it'll stick to the meat of the tomato very nicely. So we take it, peel it all right off. You can do this with peaches as well, just so you want to make your peach dessert without peeling. This makes peeling everything like this a lot easier. It's really peeled, ready to go. I'll come back and I'll show you the next section. All right, step 2. We've got the tomatoes, we've already peeled them. Now then went and cut them into thick slices. You want to make sure they're thick slices because you want something to be substantial enough to be worth the time. Lightly season both sides with salt and pepper. Then you take a little bit of pesto. Pesto is easy to get. I got it the same place I got the tomatoes. You should get them. It's a little big box discount grocery store. Just do one side because pesto is pretty strong. This will be part of a sandwich. We take these, and when we get them all put together, we're going to double bread them. Let's say we're going to go flour. Breading station is flour. An egg wash. The egg wash is our old standard 2 eggs to a cup of milk. And then we'll take your flour, egg wash into your seasoned breadcrumbs. My seasoned breadcrumbs for this are going to be Italian seasoned panko. Panko is a little crunchier breadcrumb, make it more interesting. You know, flour, egg wash, panko, back into the egg wash, back into the breadcrumbs, done. You'll be ready to be deep fried. Now for this, to make the sandwich, take your sandwich, take your cheese. It's a Boursin cheese. It's a garlicky, creamy cheese. Put it on one slice. Don't get too thick with it. This one, a little bit of this cheese will go a long way, and it's just awfully tasty. Get this in your deli section. Yeah, it's a bit crumbly. That's all right. It's gonna make it'll smooth it nicely in the sandwich. Once we get the tomato made, we're gonna take it. We're gonna bake it in the oven to finish it off. At this point, all you need to do is close your sandwich. On each one, just close your sandwich. Okay, step 3. You've got the tomato sandwiches right here. Tuck them in a little bit. Get up as much as you can. Don't worry about it. Take them and set them in the flour. Set them in the flour, roll them, hold it on both sides. You want to make sure it's coated. Wet won't stick to wet. Wet sticks to dry. By the same token, don't leave too much flour on here. If it's too much dry, you'll just roll off. You just keep one hand dry one hand wet. So you go, put your hand on this side. You got it nicely coated with the egg wash now. Take it, put it in the dry. The dry hand takes it, coats it. Make sure it's reasonably well coated. Remember, it's going to take 2 coats for this. So we're going to take it, put it back in the egg wash. The wet hand picks it up again, takes it up, brings it back over here, puts it back in the dry. This time you get a double coating of it, which will give you a much better chance of everything holding on the way it's supposed to. And here's our finished tomato. Will they all be perfect? No. They'll all work the same way. I'll do all the rest the same way, and I'll show you how we fry them. All right, I got my tomato in the oil. I have enough oil in there to completely cover, as you'll see. 375, and we'll bake them until we see the cheese starting to melt on the side and the breading is bubbling. We'll show you what that looks like. So here we are on our finished product. All the 5 were all browned in the oil, but they weren't cooked in the oven yet. The other one was in the oven, 375, for exactly 5 minutes. This is what it looks like when it's done. Crusting, breading is nice and crusty. You take it, you spread it, and you can see your cheese is melting nicely. The pesto's in now. You're basically going to sit down and have yourself one heck of a fun snack here. This goes great with any kind of grilled items, barbecued items, baked items, roast items. This is just a great summertime vegetable. A little more trouble, but I'll tell you what, once you taste it, you like me, you'll say it's worth it.